All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling something absolutely fundamental in algebra, the order of slopes. Specifically, we're going to figure out exactly how to distinguish between zero and undefined lines. You know, once you actually see the patterns we're looking at today, I promise you, everything about graphing is going to start making a whole lot more sense. It's really about discovering how organizing our mathematical thinking brings this massive, massive clarity to our lives. Because, well, God values structure and clarity, and it's just a great reminder that math is pretty much the ultimate playground for seeing that divine order in action. Take this really powerful quote from 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. When we take that exact principle, decency and order, and apply it to our coordinate planes, we literally stop guessing and we start knowing. So here is exactly how we'll structure our minds today. 1. The beauty of order. 2. Zero slope, horizontal lines. 3. Undefined slope, vertical lines. 4. Solving the slope examples. 5. Practice homework questions. And finally, 6. Education, morality, and peace. Okay, section 1. The beauty of order. Think about it. If we mix up our slopes, the whole equation just falls apart, right? Misunderstanding these two specific slope types leads to some major mistakes, whether that's on tests, in advanced math classes, or even in real-world engineering. But when we clearly organize our thinking, we grow in absolute clarity. Lock in that organized thinking today, and the result is just crystal clear understanding, both in math and in life. Moving on to section 2, zero slope and horizontal lines. So think of a zero slope as a perfectly flat road just going straight across the horizon. No matter where you are on that line, honestly, no matter how far left or how far right you drive, the y value, which is your elevation, stays exactly the same. If you're at a y value of 4, you stay at 4 forever. You're not climbing a hill, you're not rolling down into a valley, your slope is just perfectly 0. Which brings us to section 3, undefined slope and vertical lines. Now, in stark contrast, an undefined slope shoots straight up and down. It is eternally locked to a single x value. Imagine you're standing at an x value of -2, and you just drop a rock straight down a cliff. It doesn't move left, it doesn't move right, it is purely vertical. And because you literally can't run sideways at all on this line, trying to calculate the standard rise of a run would mean you're dividing by 0. And, well, since we can't divide by 0 in math, we call this line undefined. This totally illustrates the complete opposite nature of these two slopes. It's a perfect visual anchor so you never confuse them again. On one hand, you've got your zero slope, flat, horizontal, where y is a constant. And on the exact opposite hand, your undefined slope, shooting straight up and down, purely vertical, where x is constant. I want you to take a mental snapshot of these two side by side right now. Lock that in, and you'll never get them mixed up for sure. All right, section 4, solving the slope examples. Let's look at how beautifully organizing our data works in practice. Take the first example. We've got the coordinates 2, 3, and 5, 3. Just ask yourself, what is exactly the same here? The y values. They match perfectly at 3, which immediately tells us it's a 0 slope. And since that y value literally never changes, the equation for the entire line is simply y equals 3. It's incredibly straightforward when you just let the order do all the heavy lifting for you. Now, dropping down to that second example, notice the pattern again. We have 4, -1, and 4, 5. Because the x values are completely identical at 4, we instantly know the line shoots straight up and down. That makes it undefined. The x value stubbornly refuses to budge. So our equation is firmly, solidly, x equals 4. And for our final example, we're looking at 0, 2, and 3, 2. The y value holds perfectly steady at 2. This proves once again that a constant y guarantees a flat, 0 slope. The equation? Well, as you can probably guess by now, it's just y equals 2. Actually, think about it. You don't even need to plot these on a piece of graph paper to know exactly what the line looks like. You just have to spot the constant. Okay, section 5, practice homework questions. So, I highly encourage you to pause this explainer right now, grab some scrap paper, and apply these exact structural rules we just learned to solve these 5 problems. Take a look at number 1, finding the slope between 1, 2, and 5, 2. Ask yourself, what matches? For number 2, it's 3, 1 and 3, 5. What matches there? What kind of slope is created when y equals 0? Or how about when x equals 6? And for number 5, if you absolutely need a horizontal line to pass through the point 2, 7, think about which value, x or y, has to stay constant to keep it horizontal. Go ahead, hit pause, and try working through these. And finally, section 6, education, morality, and peace. So we've spent this time sharpening our mathematical skills, which is great. But honestly, what is the point of being highly educated, a total math genius, if we keep making bad moral choices that just lead to pain? The core philosophy of the Heroes Smart Academy Godly Learner series intertwines biblical morality directly with education for this exact reason. Being smart is wonderful, absolutely, but education without a solid moral foundation will eventually hurt you. You can know literally all the correct mathematical equations in the world, but if your life is full of bad choices, it's kind of like trying to graph a perfect equation onto a totally broken coordinate plane. Just like order in math brings us the correct answers, organizing your spirit with biblical morality brings lasting peace. Romans 8:6-7 promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. And that is exactly what happens when you combine true education with true morality. You get clarity, you get structure, and you get genuine peace. So let me leave you with this. How will you choose to structure your mind today? Will you embrace the order that leads to right answers and a truly peaceful life? Keep pursuing that beautiful order in everything you do.